Evening and I'll wait for that. Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Recreation, Parks and Cultural Affairs Committee on February 11th at 7 p.m. I'm going to call the meeting to order. We have Mr. Dellinger,
Here.
Mr. Buccalow, Mr. Sawyer,
Ready?
and Ms. Lee, and myself. So we do have a quorum. So we're going to do acceptance of the minutes. Would someone move the item? The minutes? Raise your hand, somebody. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Buccalow. Do we have any changes, corrections to the minutes? No?
Second.
All right. So all in favor? Minutes are approved. Thank you. So we're going to move on to public participation. Do we have someone here who is not on the agenda? Thank you. Ms.
Ms.
Lartella?
Good evening, Chair Young, City Council, and staff. For the record, my name is Diane Lauricella, 21 Little Fox Lane. Tonight, I wanted to support because they changed the name. There was a merger between the Norwalk Land Trust and Aspetuck Land Trust. I do want to support that change of the name on the lease. However, I also wanted to say that this is an opportunity, and I will reach out to you, Ms. Darlene, and Mr. Stowers and others. It's an opportunity to rethink the use of the Fodor farmhouse. For the record, for most of you were not on the council when I and others actually in the Esposito administration helped save Fodor Farm in the first place. And then subsequently with Mayor Alex Knopp, he found the funds and put together transforming some of the homes and putting the rest up for adoption and renovation. I feel it's at the time, once that particular farmhouse was finished, there needs to be, in my opinion, a way to have not-for-profits apply to have inexpensive rental. Now, when Mr. Mike Moquet was the director of Recreation and Parks, it seemed to be the 4 or 5 groups that are currently in there, and maybe you're in the process of one by one going through and rethinking the lease or re-signing the lease. And that is that it was like kind of like who they knew in town that was a not-for-profit. And at the time I asked, why don't we have a process so those not-for-profits can actually, others can have a chance, because the lease, the rent is very cheap and the taxpayer is paying for this. It's a beautiful building. I hope you all go in there and look at the story and the plaque. But I think this is a time to rethink, and maybe you're already doing this, rethink putting it up for on a public notice to let other not-for-profit environmental groups related to food waste and other things, Food Rescue US. And also there had been a promise that all of the not-for-profits there, that they had to put forth at least one fundraiser a year so that it would help offset the amount of money for heating, electricity, and air conditioning. So with that, I just wanted to plant that seed, so to speak, at the Fodor Farm. It's a beautiful place. And I do know that there had been an intention to include not-for-profits. I just ask that you open up who can actually rent a desk in the near future. And lastly, as a longtime member of the 13-year member of the Norwalk Land Trust, I was a little saddened when they did not want to maintain their own name, but I do think Aspetuck Land Trust is terrific, and they have staff, and they'll bring a lot to partnerships with the city in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Larcella. Ms. Bird, is there anyone else?
No, we have no one else raising their hands.
Okay, thank you. So there is no old business. We're going to move on to new business. 7.1 7A, and let the record show that Mr. Lopez has joined us. A, approve the naming of the community room located at 98 South Main Street, Norwalk, CT, after Ernie Dumas, and forward recommendation to the Land Use and Building Management Committee for consideration. Would someone move the item, please? Thank you, Ms. Edie. I don't know if there's anyone here to speak on this, but as some of you may know, Mr. Dumas was a true community activist who did quite a bit of work helping residents in South Norwalk, Norwalk and beyond. The work he's done was work done from his heart, and we did a lot of that work out of the South Norwalk Community Center. One of the things I know that you all have heard a lot about is our Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas and holiday celebrations. So we thought it only befitting that we name that room after him. And actually, he was involved in a lot of other things too. He was part of the Weed and Seed, but he was also part of the Clean and Green with Don Nelson way back when. I don't know if you all know who Mr. Nelson was. So he was very much engaged in South Norwalk. And so does anyone else have anything to say, or we can move this item forward? All in favor? Okay, thank you. 6B, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of, Calf Pasture Beach by Coachman Car Club for their car show to be held on Tuesday, May 12th, June 9th, July 14th, and August 11th, 2026 from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. with rain dates on Friday, May 15th, June 12th, July 17th, and August 14th, 2026, approximately 150 people. Someone move the item, please. Thank you, Mr. Bucklow. And who do we have here to speak on that?
Madam Chair, we should have John Toronto.
Yeah,
Mr. Toronto, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I'm
So
trying
you
to
want
get
to
my
tell us a
camera.
little bit about this event?
I'm trying to get my camera to work, but it doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is our 69th car show. It's something that we've been doing in Norwalk way before me. I've been the president this is my 4th year, and just trying to keep the traditions going. And that's it. It's just a great community thing. We get a lot of people come down there. They make their way through after going to the beach. We used to go to Ripka's. I don't know if we're going to if something else is going in there, but they spend some money. We have some little music, and then they get to see some nice cars.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's amazing how long you all have been doing that in the city of Norwalk, and it just speaks to your commitment and our commitment together to partner to provide such an event for 69 years. That's really, really amazing.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. Does anyone have any comments or questions for Mr. Toronto or Ken? Mr. Dellinger?
Yeah, just one question, really for Ken, not for John. Does the fees for this event and all of the events, not just this one, cover the cost for the city, including police and sanitation, anything else? Do they really cover all the costs?
Yeah, so for larger events, we're not responsible for the police. The event holder is through the special events permit process. So in terms of garbage and bathroom cleaning, yes, the fees do cover that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
If we did have to pay for police and fire and EMS, then that would be a different story. But
Right.
but that's passed on directly to the event holder.
Right. Yeah. No, I'd love to see the old cars. Nothing about that.
Yeah, no, it's a big draw down at Calf Pasture, and we collect parking fees. So in addition to the fees that they pay us, we also collect a thing on parking as well.
Up until last year, it was the city donated the lot, and then the last year we paid, and then obviously this year we paid. But for the 67 years, we never paid. We only paid a permit fee because it drew so many people to the beach.
Hmm.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
I'll see you all.
Thank you.
6C, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of Veterans Park by Norwalk Seaport for their Oyster Festival to be held on Friday, September 11th, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, September 12th, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, September 13th, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Set up on Friday, August 14th at 8 a.m. with tear down by Wednesday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Approximately 35,000 people. Someone move the item, please.
I'll move.
Thank you, Mr. Dellinger.
I
And
see
we have
Jerry.
Mr. Tony
just
here.
popped on. Yep.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Tony. Jerry, you're on mute. Maybe you just want to say a little bit, Ken.
Yeah, he might be having a little trouble connecting.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the 47th year for the Seaport Association Oyster Festival. I mean, everybody's well aware of the event. It's become a staple in Norwalk. I've worked together with them my entire 19 years with the city. It's a great event. Let's hope for good weather.
Yeah, I mean, what else can we say? Let's just hope for
Yeah,
good weather.
exactly.
And the Seaport Association has been sticking it out. So I think last year was a pretty good turnout, right? Was there a lot of rain last year?
I think they lost a day last year. They
Just
lost
a
a
day,
Saturday.
a Saturday.
Mhm.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Just out of curiosity, Ken, is this is the largest event that Norwalk has, right? Like I can't think of
Pretty
a
much.
Yes,
larger
this is
event.
the biggest event that we have in terms of attendance.
Got it. Cool.
I don't think the fireworks even compares.
Yeah. So
It's always hard to get a good number on the fireworks because people are so spread out.
Yeah.
So Mr. Tony, if you can hear us, our condolences to Mike Riley and family. So thank you for getting on. We're going to move on to D. Authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of Veterans Park by Sonotainment for their second annual Juneteenth Carnival fundraiser to be held on Friday, June 19th from 6 p.m. We had some change in time, so I'm just going to read that to 10 p.m. Saturday, June 20th from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, June 21st from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Set up on Wednesday, June 17th at 8 a.m. with tear down by Tuesday, June 23rd at 9 p.m. Approximately 200 people. Could someone move the item, please? Thank you, Ms. Edie. And we have Miss Melody Reagan on.
I'm here.
Please. How are
Yes,
you?
ma'am. I'm great. How are you all?
I'm well, thank you. So you want to tell us a little bit about the event last year?
Oh, last year was a success. It was a great success. It was well taken, well received. Everyone was very excited. It's not an issue. The only questions that we had was, could we go on for an extra hour? Because it gets dark at 8 o'clock. We closed at 9 o'clock and people were just getting there at about 8:30. And if you guys remember last year, it was a heat wave. So people really didn't come outside until the sun went down. Outside of that, we're excited to bring it back to the city and to celebrate Juneteenth all weekend long. And it's Make Music Day also. And as you know, we have a recording studio, so we have live entertainment on that day, June 21st. So we're all excited and just can't wait to do it again.
Any questions for Ms. Reagan? Ken, any comments?
No, it was a successful event last year. Look forward to it again this year.
So as an attendee, it was a great event, Melody, and kudos to you for pulling that off and continuing with it. And I'm just excited about moving forward for this summer. So
Me
thank
too.
you for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank
All
you
right.
all for your support.
So all in favor? Okay, that's unanimous.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
You
You
too.
too. Thank you.
Thanks.
E, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of Calf Pasture Beach by Whittingham Cancer Center for their Northwell Walk to Raise Health to be held on Sunday, May 17th, 2026 from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Set up on Saturday, May 16th at 7 a.m. Approximately 700 people. Someone move the item, please. Thank you, Mr. Dellinger. And we have Ms. Bant.
Hi,
Listen.
yes, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. You want to tell us a little bit about your event?
Absolutely. I am representing the foundation of Northwell Hospital, and the Whittingham Cancer Center Walk has been at Calf Pasture Beach for 22 years. Now that Nuvance Health is joining with Northwell Health, we hope to hold pretty much the similar event that's been there for 22 years. We're just changing the name to join a system-wide walk that happens throughout Northwell. So it'll be the same great cancer center walk with family-friendly activities, raising money for the Whittingham Cancer Center. That's, all the funds stay right in Norwalk. And we'll have, thousands of other people doing it simultaneously with us across sites across Northwell Health. So the plan is generally the same as the last time we did it in 2024.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Ken, any concerns?
No, so this event
Okay.
used to be a staple, in the walk, but as she, alluded to, we lost it for a few years, so we're actually glad to have them back.
Oh,
Right.
wonderful. We're
Absolutely.
very excited.
This question for 700 people, is the parking, do they park at Taylor Farm, or they all can fit at Calf Pasture?
They all can fit at Calf Pasture. We have well over 800 spots at Calf Pasture. Yeah, so, a couple people come in the car, so parking was never an issue for this event.
All right. If there are no further questions, all in favor? Okay, that's unanimous. All right, Ms. Brandt, have a great evening.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
F, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of Rowayton School Field by Rowayton PTA for their Rowayton Elementary School Carnival to be held on Friday, May 1st from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a rain date on Sunday, May 3rd. Set up on Wednesday, April 29th at 7 a.m. with tear down by Sunday, May 3rd at 10 a.m. Approximately 2,000 people. Would someone move that, please? Thank you, Mr. Buccalow. And we have Miss Liz.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. My name's Liz Slutsky. This is going to be my third year chairing the Rowayton School Carnival, which is put on by the Rowayton Elementary School PTA. This event, it's a community tradition. I think we're over 30 years. All the kids and families look forward to it. We'll have food trucks, live music, games, rides. We continue to work with Rainbow Amusement, who provides all of our rides and equipment. So it's a fairly well-oiled machine on that front, assuming the weather cooperates. And we just appreciate your continued support.
Wonderful. Any questions for Miss Liz?
I'll just share. This is an event I grew up going to every single year. But yeah, and the Oyster Fest too. But this one was, when I think about nostalgic memories, going to this carnival is a great one. So I'm glad it's still going.
Oh, it's so awesome. That's so good to hear. Everyone loves it, and I love being a part of it. So that's good to hear.
Maybe Mr. Buccalow could be part of the event, huh, Mr. Buccalow?
Only if you join me, Councilwoman Young.
Maybe
Well,
the
just
dunk
showing up is
booth.
great.
There's a dunk booth, right?
There isn't. Maybe we should add it.
That sounds like fun.
That's fun. All right. There are no further questions. All in favor? All right. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, Liz.
You too.
All right. G, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to enter into an agreement for the use of Calf Pasture Beach by Norwalk Karting Association for their go-kart racing to be held on March 28th, April 4th, April 11th, April 18th, April 19th, May 2nd, May 9th, May 10th, September 19th, October 13th, October 10th, October 17th, October 24th, October 25th, October 31st, November 7th, November 14th, November 15th, and November 21st of 2026 from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., approximately 50 people. And before we talk to Mr. Donahue, we had to just make a few adjustments, and I know, Ken, you can probably speak to that a little bit more. But we have definitely tried to do our best to accommodate the go-kart racing, because they've been a staple in Norwalk as well.
Yes,
And so we
yes.
want to make sure that they still have their event this summer.
Yeah, Madam Chair, we did have to move around a few dates. We had to take out May 16th, as that is our Kids in the Park Day, which we're having down at Calf Pasture Beach this year. May 23rd, that ends up being the weekend before the holiday, and that's a big weekend for us, prepping the beach. So we needed the space down there to get the beach ready for the holiday weekend. And then that falls the same for September 5th. That is the Labor Day weekend. So that's a very busy weekend for us down at Calf Pasture. But the rest of the dates, for us seem okay. Karting is very good. If we do have somebody that wants to use the beach and it's a large event, karting is very courteous and they move their schedule around for us. So we've been working with them for many years. They know the routine down at Calf Pasture, and Joe could speak a little bit more on his process.
I'm sorry, Ms. Tan, can we just have somebody move this?
Oh, does someone move the item, please? Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Thank you, Mr. Lean. Mr. Donahue?
It's actually Joe Barrack-Terrace. Tommy
how did
wasn't
I
able
write
to
that?
make it.
Okay.
I'm vice president of the club.
Please tell us a little bit more about what you're doing.
So pretty much Norwalk Karting Association started in 1971. So this year is 55 years continuous running down at Calf Pasture Beach. We're a nonprofit. We're about 90% of the membership are Norwalk residents. We're all volunteer, all the members, they run the club, they do all the work every day. We start from ages 5 years and up, as long as you're capable of racing safely. We've had my father-in-law actually won a championship at 67 years old.
Wow.
Amazing. It's a lot of fun. We're good, family oriented. We're big on sportsmanship. Safety is always our first priority. We've always had a great, relationship with the city also. Everybody's always worked with us. It's a lot of fun. We use it in the off season also. It's really not that busy. We're down there when it's cold and we're bundled up, and then again in the fall. But a lot of fun, a lot of good people, made a lot of friends. So
Great. All right. Does anyone
appreciate
have
your
any
helping us keep
questions?
it going.
Yes. Or Joe?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Dellinger.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like.
you give it a thumbs up, or you had a comment?
Yeah, just a question. So I'm
Okay.
just curious, you ever have an accident or anything like seriously get hurt down there?
We've had a couple, nothing major. We do have a first aid person there all the time. If it's more serious, we dial 911. The club is sanctioned by World Karting Association, and that's also where we get our insurance. So every person that comes down there, whether you're racing or you're a spectator, you purchase a wristband, and we have insurance through them. We had to use it 10 years ago, not a crazy, injury. We haven't had anything real bad, knock on wood. We're, like I said, we're big on safety. We're big on sportsmanship. Some of the classes, it's a free for all. There's a lot of bumping and banging and dirty racing, but we don't, if we see any of that, we ask you to leave. That's it. And we also, as a World Karting Association, also provides the city of Norwalk with an insurance certificate from the insurance company, and then holding the city harmless. So we cover everybody, basically.
Thank you.
Very important.
Mhm.
Any further questions, comments? No? If there are none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Appreciate
You too.
everybody.
You too.
Sure.
H, authorize the mayor, Barbara C. Smith, to approve the 12/1/2025 lease amendment to the original contract dated 6/3/2016 by and between the city of Norwalk and the Aspetuck Land Trust, Inc. for a lease agreement for a portion of 328 Flax Hill Road, known as Fodor Farm. Someone move that item, please. Thank you, Mr. Sawyer. Are you going to speak to that, Ken?
Sure, Madam Chair. So we currently have 4 tenants residing in the Fodor House. When the lease agreements were first signed, the intention was to have tenants in there, nonprofits, who kind of lean toward the nature side of things, preservation, sort of the outdoorsy, nonprofits. So currently we have the Norwalk Land Trust, the Norwalk Tree Alliance, Live Green, and then the Norwalk Preservation Trust. So the Norwalk Land Trust has combined now with the Aspetuck Land Trust. So we're actually renewing the lease under the Aspetuck Land Trust name. We are increasing the rent from $150 a month to $450 a month. And we're going to go tenant to tenant now and do the same for the rest of our tenants.
You have any questions?
Yeah, just,
Okay.
yeah.
Mr. Buccalow and then Mr. Dillinger.
Sure. Ken, I was just wondering if you could speak to like how do nonprofits learn about the space and the leasing opportunities?
So these were all the original tenants that were there when the lease agreements first started. I wasn't a part of that process, so I'm not really sure how they were chosen, but they've been there since the inception of that house.
Any other questions? Mr. Dillinger?
Yeah, no, it's kind of, that was my kind of question too. We do it to the Aspetuck, and do they sublease to the others, or the others, or how do you get,
We have four individual leases.
Oh, you have 4 individuals.
Yeah. So what it is you're leasing desk space. So the second floor of the Fodor House has 4 cubicles. So each nonprofit has 1 cubicle, and they pay $450 a month for that cubicle. Downstairs, there's a small conference room as well as a small little kitchen area, and then there's also 2 bathrooms on the main floor.
And do you anticipate anyone dropping out at the increase of rent?
No, so we did send out our feelers to the existing tenants. We didn't see anybody flinch with the rent increase. So once we start, talking to them with contract negotiations, we'll see if they're going to stick around. And if not, we'll find a way to advertise for the extra space. I'm all for, fairness and open it up to others. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Nope. All in favor? Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Item I, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a sole source purchase order to Sign Pro Inc. in an amount not to exceed $100,000 for the manufacture and installation of 32 gateway signs at various park locations from account number noted. Someone move that item, please. Thank you, Mr. Sawyer.
So, Madam Chair, about a year ago, we had a sign survey completed at all of our park sites. Currently, I don't know if you paid much attention, but we have a mishmash of signs at a lot of our sites. None of the signs match. Throughout the years, we have different fonts, different colors, different sizes. So we hired a company about a year ago. They went through all of our parks. They took a survey of the signage that we have. and they came up with an existing sign family, which is going to be a standardized color, standardized font, and a standardized sign size. And they went back through all of our sites and they recommended placement for these signs. So this is actually step one in quite a long process. We were approved through the capital budget last year for this $100,000, and that will get us approximately 32 gateway signs. So we're going to do 7 signs at our larger sites like Calf Pasture, Vets Park, and Matthews. And then the other 25 signs will be at our smaller sites. So these are going to be the entrance signs, which will have the name of the park operating hours, some of the amenities within the park, and also some of the park rules. So it's going to be nice because it's going to give, the park department a sense of identity. So now as soon as you see these signs, you'll know you're at a park property. Because a lot of people forget that, parks, schools are also park properties. So we're excited to get this going. We've been talking about it for a while. It's probably going to take us 3 to 4 years, to get the entire sign family done. But this is step number 1.
Any questions? Mr. Buccalo?
You can go first
Oh,
this
go
time,
ahead. Okay.
Councilmember Dillinger.
All right, taking turns. Go ahead.
Well, I was curious. I mean, it's a lot of money, 100,000. It's last year's budget. It's not affecting next year's. But any photographs or anything? Because I'd love to see what it looks like.
Yes. So when we had when we did all the approvals, we did submit the entire sign family document, but I can forward that to the existing committee members so they can all see.
Especially if it goes to council, to see it because
Absolutely.
I'm very visual.
Absolutely.
That was the same question I had. So
yes.
yeah.
Yep. I'll distribute it right after this meeting.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, all in favor? All right. So we move on to discussion. So it's not on the agenda, but we thought it would just be good to talk a bit about the Wood Pond Lakewood efforts that are taking place by Recreation and Parks. And so Ken is going to speak a little bit to that.
Sure. Would you like me to start from the beginning of the specific questions or?
Start from the beginning, and I think we can then.
Okay. So back in 2023, we received a grant from Senator Duff's office. It was $1 million grant. It was for capital equipment and park design and trail building within the city. So, the city, including the mayor at the time, chose a few sites that would fit the criteria. We hired a design firm, Alloy Design Studios, and they came up with a trail plan for sites that the city owns next to Woods Pond and also off of Lakewood. So the course of the last probably year and a half, we were working on these designs. We did hold 2 public information sessions. One was up at the senior center, which was attended by about 60 people. And then the other one was at City Hall, which was attended probably about between 30 and 40 people. We took the information that we received from those public sessions and we tweaked the designs quite a bit, Woods Pond more so than Lakewood. And then once the designs were finalized, we went out to public bid. We ended up hiring Greenway Property Services. We worked with Alexis Karaketti in the Wetlands Office and Conservation. We received a declaratory ruling for the Woods Pond trails. So those have started. And we're in the process of permits for the Lakewood, which would start when Woods Pond is completed.
Okay. Mr. Dellinger, did you have your hand up?
No.
No. Anyone have any questions regarding this project? And maybe can you speak to what some of the concerns are that you've heard, Ken?
Sure. Yeah. So there's been a lot of misinformation, about this project. First off, part of the ruling from the Conservation Commission, we can't bring any equipment in the wetlands. We can't cut any trees down in the wetlands, and we can't place any wood chips within the wetlands. So the trails were all going to be a wood chip covered trail to keep it natural. So we're doing that in half the site, but not within the wetlands. So any equipment work, any tree removal is being done outside the wetland areas. And that was part of the declaratory ruling from the Conservation Commission. So the contractor is currently I would say 90% done with the trail work. And they're going to start laying the wood chips down probably next week, weather permitting. It's been a bit of a challenging year with all the snow and the frozen ground, but slowly but surely they've been going through it. There is a pedestrian bridge that crosses a small little brook south of Woods Pond, and we actually are going to hand carry that in piece by piece and reassemble it on site. So no equipment is either going to be used even to install that bridge. So we're very cognizant of the wetlands. We don't have machines in the wetlands. Alexis has been up there a couple times. I walked with a few of the neighbors through the sites to show them the trails. There has been a lot of misinformation. The trails aren't being paved. I know I heard somebody say the trails were going to be paved trails. They're not paved. They're wood chips. They're not going around Woods Pond at all. These properties are to the south of Woods Pond, so we're not continuing the trails around Woods Pond as well. You might have heard about an endangered turtle. There's not an endangered. It's not actually endangered. It's it's called a special concern species from the state of Connecticut. So we're aware of that. We have a spotter on site. So any trees we had to take out of the ground, out of the wetlands, we had to just make sure none of the turtles will hibernate at the base of the trees. So we're aware of the limitations of the sites, and we're working accordingly.
And when do you think to have it completed?
So there is a lot of planting. We're doing 120 new native trees within the site. A lot of the trees are going to screen out the neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably going to, pick up with spring planting, I would say after April 1st, when the weather gets a little bit warmer. So we'll be done, with everything other than the planting. And we're still waiting for the bridge. So the bridge is going to be about another 3 weeks. So I would say by middle of May, we'll be 100% complete with the Woods Pond site.
Great. Mr. Dillinger?
Yeah, is this in District D, Ken? Is this over by the senior center?
Yes. Yep. The Woods Pond property? Woods Pond?
Not well. No.
Okay, so the city owns about 18 acres south of Woods Pond.
All right.
And that's where the trails are.
All right. I think I was looking for an email. Jan Durgenschein sent me an email from somebody about a trail thing. I think this may have been it. I didn't realize what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go back and dig that out. It didn't
Sure.
come
If you have any questions, just let me know.
Yeah, it didn't come to me, so I'll look back and see it
Mm-hmm.
and see what her issue is. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Any further questions or comments?
I was just curious, is this a dog-friendly trail as well?
TBD. I think we'll probably come back to you guys because currently all city property does not allow dogs other than Taylor Farm, the dog park at Oyster Shell, and the dog area at Cranberry. So if this is something we want to entertain, we'll come back to this committee for a final decision.
Not exactly
other
a dog-friendly city, no.
So then,
No.
any further questions, comments? All right. Well, we don't have to vote on that. That was just for discussion. So thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're
the
welcome.
update. All right. So the next thing is a motion. All right. Motion to adjourn.
Excellent.
Mr. Sawyer.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good
Thank you so
night.
much. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
you.
I'll
Have a
send
good
along
night.
that sign program.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Good night.
Good night.